Hey guys, it's John, and I wanted to spend a couple of minutes to talk about placement strategy and the overall binary structure. This is a really simple concept, but the more we draw it out, the deeper it gets. It starts to look a little complex. So let's focus on the basics, okay? Binary stands for two. We are only going to build in two separate legs, and that's it, okay? You will share a common leg with your sponsor, and then you'll build by yourself in the other leg. So let's draw it out on the board and see if we can make sense out of this binary model and how to maximize your organization in order to maximize your commissions, and more importantly, to teach your people these same simple, straightforward concepts so that they can understand and they can embrace it and grow and explode their business rapidly just like you want to. So here we go. We're going to start with your sponsor. Your sponsor buys in underneath their sponsor, obviously. And then they build and everybody has a left and a right side of their organization, okay? So if they're gonna start up with the left and start up with the right, let's assume that in this case, excuse me, your sponsor puts you on their right side, okay? That means there's some other person on their left, all right? The common leg that they have with you is right here on that right side. And as soon as they fill those two spots, they've opened up the first compensation plan. Actually, I'm sorry, the second compensation model, which is the volume. Okay? This is their volume level. Then they help you go find two more. And they help this person find two. And they open the third compensation plan, which is the check match. So once you've completed this, you've opened up all three compensation. Remember, the first one was just that one-time bonus, right? Where you get $200 or you get $32 and you get the $6 for people coming in at $59 in the loyalty. But that's that one-time 10% of the retail purchase. Second volume is when they get two. Second commission is for volume where they get two, and then when they help the two get two, they get the third check match. But here's what's important. This model has two separate and distinct lines. Just like when you come into your business, you're going to have two separate and distinct businesses. These guys, two separate and distinct businesses, okay? You have two sides of your organization that do not feed and do not work together. So what you have to be prepared for is to build this organization on up into the stratosphere based on two sides of finding one person and helping them get two, okay? So that's kind of the basic how we get started. So let's take a look at where this goes, right? We're going to redraw this and start with you, because really that's what's important. You're coming in, you're getting your first, you're putting your two people there. You get maybe your first person there, your second person there. Again, this is your common leg coming off of your sponsor. So then one of the strategies is to go ahead and build quickly into your power leg. So you place your, three people over in your power leg. So actually we're going to erase that and erase that. This will be 1, 2, 3. And then they say come back over here and then start building that. Okay? There's all kinds of strategies about this. It's totally up to you how you want to get started. I've got other videos to talk about all this as far as, alternatives. But here's what I do. Here's what the basics. I want to put my first two people left, right, because I want to get my business started. I want to open up my commissions as soon as possible. And if this is my power leg, this is the common leg that I share with my sponsor, we're going to call that the power. And we're going to assume that this is the lesser of the legs. Remember, this is right, that's left. and we're going to call this the pay leg, okay? Pay over here because it doesn't include my sponsor. Power over here because it does. Because again, with my sponsor down here, sharing this leg, if they were to put someone in my organization, this would be someone that comes in from my sponsor. I maybe don't even know who that person is. There's someone that my sponsor brought into the business. Maybe my sponsor beats me and does yet another one. I'm getting all this help from my sponsor, and I don't even know who these people are. How great is that? Because as soon as they then get their one inside, and then this person gets their next one, guess where it's going to go? Right there. That person's second person is right there. And look at how this is building on itself. What a great model, right? That's why we call it the power. It has the potential of building much faster than if I'm over here getting this person and then helping this person get there too. Then maybe I do find another person. So this is from me. This person then builds there, and maybe then they build right there. So there's their persons. It's not growing as fast, okay? But here's where we have to also understand, and I had to explain this to Anna Marie a couple of times. We finally realized what a good analogy is. You only get paid on the lesser leg. So you always want to keep these as close together as you can. If this one gets to be really, really big, 2-3 times bigger than this one, you're going to be, oh, darn, I'm only getting paid on 1/3 of my volume between the two. So we want these to be equal as best as possible. So let's say this grows to $9,000, and this is only $3,000, right? The lesser is the pay leg times 20%. That's going to be $600. Instead of, it could have been $1,800 if we were getting paid on here, right? 3 times the volume. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to build and put our studs and our runners in our pay leg. That's what I believe we should do, okay? Put your walkers, your crawlers, folks that you may not be as confident about, go ahead and drop those into your power leg because you're getting help from your sponsor to build that. And most importantly, don't forget to help them get both their personally sponsored person, which might be way up here because these dropped in by your sponsor, and this inside person. Really important to know, even if you put a crawler, you got to get those persons sponsored, get there too as soon as you can, in minutes or hours, no more than 48 hours before the person that comes in that you sponsor gets there too, right? You got to create that sense of urgency in your business. Demonstrate that to your folks that you bring in, and then turn around and you'll teach that sense of urgency throughout your entire business. So again, if you're only making $600 and you could have made $1,800, there's some folks out there like Anna Marie who would get kind of frustrated going, man, I never get paid on my big leg, and that's not fair. Here's the analogy, okay? This creates a motivation for you and for your downline to work the business that you're contributing to. If you got paid on this $9,000, or if your people got paid on this $9,000, there could be a big old person that your sponsor brings in that has tons of volume up here, and all of that benefits, well, these people would never have a motivation to work these inside legs, right? The legs that they're supposed to work on their own. So your volume would only be half as big, and oh, by the way, it would have nothing to do with their volume because they were just getting paid and sitting back and getting a big fat check off of something that somebody else did, a volume that somebody else created. So the motivation is that the power leg is the rabbit. If you guys have ever been to a greyhound race, they throw a rabbit electronically that's running around as faster than the dogs can run, and the rabbit's always out there for something that the dogs can chase. So we're the greyhounds, right? The power leg is the rabbit. The rabbit's always going to be ahead of us. The stronger leg is always going to be ahead of us, and it creates something for us to shoot for. That's motivation for us to build the lesser leg to equal it. And you might be successful. You might catch that rabbit, and guess what happens? The rabbit flips. As soon as your pay leg becomes your greater leg, it turns into your power. And now the rabbit's chasing the dog, or the dog's chasing the rabbit, or the rabbit's chasing the dog. So either way, guys, the bottom line is power equals what you're shooting for. Pay or lesser is the motivation to catch it up. And that's the way your business will grow, is because not only you're being motivated to contribute, but everybody in your downline is being motivated to contribute. So hopefully this makes sense. Again, remember, there's a line here. The two don't match, so don't put your family over here and then a family member over here, because they're going to try to recruit the same people, and they're going to compete with each other and get frustrated when this one gets, Uncle Bill, and this one went after Uncle Bill but hadn't gotten a return phone call. Instead, you should have put Uncle Bill in this line that benefits everybody. Or over top here, where they're starting to build family in a line as well, and everybody's benefiting, okay? Again, straightforward, keep it simple. Here's one pay level, here's two pay levels, here's the third pay level, and every person has those three pay levels. That way, everybody should be motivated to find one and help them get there too. Find two, help them get there too, right? Simple. And then, by the way you can help build the lesser leg is you keep on sponsoring. This is a fun and constantly sponsoring business. You don't want to go and run out of people. Start finding people on the street. You want to contribute to your business. The more people you sponsor, the more people you demonstrate to your people that they should be continuing to sponsor, the quicker your business is going to grow, and the better you're going to teach your people to duplicate what you're doing. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks so much.